But this is quite a
kamoya dikkat, kamoya dikkat, kamoya dikkat. Abi off angle, off angle. Bir can. Tamam, çok güzel trade. Çok güzel trade. Problem yok.
For now though, it's an early pick off for either side. And with that, Killjoy being down on the attack, there's a lot of the time will cause issues in terms of how much space is able to be taken by that defensive side in rounds like this. So for now, you can see the setup is ready and available over on A for Serial if need be. And for Liquid, the rest of the players just putting some pressure around mid, but it does seem like Levin is about to try and execute in onto the site. Serial has, however, just given it up.
That's a nice passive play, and it's necessary with so much presence on the other side of the map.
Öldü. Serial Yampi'yi öldürdü. Yumurtayla.
And at this point, okay, BBL they almost need to play
Double 2v4.
Try to pick someone.
Soshi Levin ikilisi.
The sheriffs on the ranged fight, but the shots don't land. Sociable sends the salvos, but the players are already through.
Nice oğlum. Ah, bir tane daha çıksa. Body shot ölüyor.
96 HP. Pretty healthy. And everyone else just one shot to the body.
Nice oğlum.
There's the first.
Çözüyor.
The defuse up top, steps down below. He's got all the info. The shot though, it's not landing. He's running out of bullets and he's running out of time.
Mermi bitti ya.
Pick up the round.
Into this one?
Çözene mi denedi?
Waiting to see the others pull out their weapons. Yeah, that's
looks like
another stinger. There, we got 3. Yeah. This is a full investment.
Yine pistol verdik.
BBL on the force buy on the play towards the A
3
site.
pistolde bir tane alabildik şu ana kadar.
Waiting for them. That was the downfall of one player in the previous.
O da ilk pistoldü galiba.
They made it past.
So this is a Spectre and a Sheriff currently on this side of the map. These are not the strongest of weapons. Nats will be able to find himself one.
Güzel lan.
Is also traded out. Magnum
Forsuz bu arada.
Fantastic work. The shock dart might be able to at least remove one from play.
Tam ölsün. Tam ölsün.
It doesn't deny that additional
Yapma. Yapma, ne oldu amına koyayım ya.
It's a plan, it's
Magnum hadi lan.
But it has to be Magnum to do everything. Still healthy, by the way. Almost full HP. Looking for the fight onto Paddington. Magnum on 500 credits. So I think Magnum has dropped that rifle for.
Wow. Vandalımız var bir dakika Lev'de.
Okay. It does leave them. Like basically, I think the goal is if Levin can get a few kills, maybe get an ult. That would be ideal, but worst case, they can try and keep the economy low. Even still, though, as long as the rounds are going the way of Liquid, I don't think they're going to care. It's a big 3-0 potential start. Unless that one rifle really can do a lot of damage. And it's always difficult when it's Levin, yeah, because he's leading the charge.
Nothing more. He's not dealt with so quickly. The pistols put up one hell of a fight.
Nasıl yapalım?
Sociables left alone.
Vandal alabilecek mi?
And headshots needed across the board. The rifle's there to be recovered, but it's being guarded by Kiko. Yeah, this is going to be walkabouts from them. Taking the orb, and then just pull them back. Okay. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I lied. Hunter's Fury online already. Drone being sent through just to make sure that there hasn't been too much ground lost by the attack side, but this is the problem of those sort of rounds, is any of those weaker weapons have somewhat been traded out. And now Liquid get to come in with nigh on a full buy with an ultimate available.
Helal lan Profek.
That's a huge first pick.
Güzel entry.
His goal in these scenarios is normally just to try and stay alive. Serial on
İyi
the edge
durdu.
of the utility. He might be able to drop the planter. No, not quite.
Aiming a little bit too high. Now the lockdown comes into play. This is going to buy them a lot of time. Serial
Abi bait'e bak.
Tapping to draw them into the open. I love that. I think he'll make it out as well. No, 0 players detained. No detained for them. And the pick back. The advantage no longer in BBL's favor. The
battle goes
way to start with. The Cove online.
Çözer.
Fade. And here's the start of the tap.
Çok iyi be.
Close and oh my.
Güzel, güzel oğlum. Hadi. Hadi lan.
A double spray. Sociable threw himself at that site. His stun onto the spike and his
hard, and he's decided, yeah, not worth it anymore.
This is Maybe Liquid spotting a lot of information. Keeping them in position on this A site. Reposition from Camo.
Entry lazım.
I thought he was going on top of the box. He's down below instead, and well, he
Allah'tan
did
leg
catch
shot
a
yedi
leg.
de.
A lot of damage done. The shock dart sent over. Could be dangerous.
30 can.
Oh, I heard the shock land. Very close to 11, but not quite taking him out just yet. And with the orb taken, with the presence shown, they're wrapping
Güzel.
around.
Profek bayağı aldı. Bayağı aldı hem de. Oo. Oo, tarla sürüyor Profek, tarla. Çok iyi, çok iyi, çok iyi. Vur bir tane, çok güzel oğlum, net öldü hem de, bravo. Dikkat. Site vardır. Evet oğlum, çok iyi, çok iyi Profek. Tamam, problem yok, Magnum öldü. A'daydı o zaten. Yapmayın.
What was a massively advantageous position.
Yampi çık bence oradan. Yampi geldiler, Yampi. Tamam, boş ulti.
Going through A, going through B. That's given Team Liquid a chance. We've mentioned this many times, the over-aggression. And how it can have these punishing effects on Team Liquid. From Team Liquid. This is a team that will punish every time, and look at it. The kills flooding in, leaving just one.
Nice oğlum.
There's no chance for Sociable surely.
Amına koyayım ya.
That operator even after dropping Kiko, and all the while that spike is being diffused. I mean, so they're at a disadvantage already, and he goes in for more, gets his reward, and then wants a little bit more. Sometimes it works, but again, just pushing it too far in that moment, and it's given Liquid that 4-1 start.
I can't use that.
Old use here though, from BBL. Is going to block out all of the abilities of Team Liquid.
Güzel Lem.
With just their rifle.
Helal oğlum Soshi. Helal lan Lem. İşte busun ya sen.
He's doubled down, and from this point, surely it's BBL's round.
Yeah, this would take some mass mistakes,
Güzel,
and this time with Nats already tagged low. I'm also looking at Profek.
Profek'i biliyorlar.
Incredibly patient in his luck. It seems like Serial is aware of this potential push.
O ne amına
But
koyayım.
even still getting out of there is not going to be
Kolpadan
easy.
headshot ya. Canlar bir.
Sociable from afar is trying to use those salvos to clear the remainder, and with how low both of them are, it wouldn't be a bad time to hunt, but
Güzel.
the bigger thing here for
Güzel.
BBL is just making sure their own
Yani çok iyi bayımız yoktu bu arada. İyi oldu.
Response, a big round from Levin and a couple of ultimates expended will at least be their second on the board in this attack side.
Çok güzel Soshi.
Ooh, Nats goes down as well. He was low HP and wanted the little head peek, but it seems well paved. But these are the rounds where Team Liquid can be dangerous if mistakes are made, if over-aggression is a factor. So for BBL, we want to see that ship tightened up. And as few mistakes as possible, as few individual fights offered up as can
Buraya
be.
bir şey çıkalım abi. Drone
Look how passive Magnum is, holding mid and A. The rest of the squad just a death ball for B. I like this. I think it's the right approach for the round that we're in.
Orba alalım, buyurun.
Already, quite a lot of information found by the defense. Shot not quite connected by 11, but it has forced back the players into that spot. Magnum
Güzel, Magnum çok iyi ki.
this time, attempting to try and be a little bit cheeky around mid. And although the high tide
Buraya dikkat, buraya dikkat.
Awkward, the plant has gone down in response. And while Sociable just looking to take this into his own hands again, gone down in an aggressive position. That's a chance for a rifle to be found, and it has been.
Lavuk geldi ha. Çok iyi Yampi, bravo, güzel yardım oğlum.
That's what we're looking for as well. Not just players
Bravo.
isolated in fights, but big swings together. Sure, Serial dropped is a trade. It's making it costly somewhat for BBL as they lose a few weapons, but
dilenme ya, hadi ya.
And it's how quickly they're being pulled back into it. How you're not just seeing one player swing.
Çok güzel oğlum Yampi, bravo.
What we like to see. BBL back
4-3. Döndük.
Seems like they found their groove. You go back to the previous map, it would have been very easy to count
down available. Viper's been in fact available for both sides. And more Camo's just gone swinging. Finds Yumpy early, and it seems like the response from BBL is just to quickly try and
round'u bir şekilde çıkarırsak işte o zaman döneriz ya. Lane vur onu. Nice oğlum Lane. Aferin lan. Çok önemli. Çok önemliydi. Soshi buradan çık bir şekilde. Evet oğlum. Evet oğlum. Evet oğlum. Evet oğlum. Viper ulti geldi. Lane agro oynuyor. Çok güzel oğlum. Bir tane daha lan. Aferin. Aferin Burak. Aferin oğlum. Çok güzel el be. 4v5 harikaydı. Burak'a yazar. Net lane'e yazar. Aferin oğlum.
The operator being carried through is what he's looking for, but his cross is watched, locked in. Although Magnum doesn't take him down, that op now poses a big danger, and they do not want to deal with it in the next round.
Çok güzel, bravo, bravo, bravo.
He said, "I hit him." I think he genuinely got hit by not only every ult in the game, but every ult that was used.
Merak edenler için detaylı Diamond video çekti bununla ilgili YouTube'da.
We even saw him change up to playing almost like a cipher. He was lurking on the other side of the map, shift walking through a smoke. And I don't think that felt like a good game for him, walking out of it. Even though they take the win. Here, he's feeling confident. He's got the outlaw buy coming into this round. He's getting aggressive. Already I think he's tagged people through the wall. It's not quite as much damage.
Nice. Çok iyi. Dikkat, dikkat, dikkat. Tamam, sıkıntı yok. Problem yok. Beraber. Trade'li. Plant'i alamadık.
Need to pressure into this. It's probably one of the few ways that this round can actually slip away from them.
Nereden çıktı bu net ultisi ya?
And with how much time is left.
Bak ne yapıyor bak. Bak ne yapıyor bak.
Maybe for the salvos to come back. They're going to try and bait somebody to sort of run through. They kind of have.
Çok güzel, bravo. Zaman var, acele yok.
That's another dropped.
Çok güzel oğlum. Net. Abi silah aldı. Alamadı. Oğlum hadi lan. Aha silah yok. Nereye gitti oğlum silah? Aldı amına koyayım. Helal bravo. Güzel güzel güzel güzel. Bağırttı. Güzel güzel. 4-1'den 5-4.
That is a big risk, especially you think about him then having that phantom. If he had it a little bit earlier, he could have played his whatever path he wanted through that pit, and Nats has a chance. It's a dangerous play. One they don't get punished for this time. And the lead in BBL's favor now. Lockdown to work with if they want to see space. And typically you would take this towards A, but it looks like they're going to be moving to this B site as a 5-man, a full push into this angle, and there's only 2 on the other side with lockdown soon to force them out of position.
Trying to put it in an unorthodox spot, elevated, so that then maybe if there is going to be a Hunter's Fury, that it won't destroy it. That's the goal. It's normally the what comes first, chicken or the egg, when it comes to those two ultimates. Who's going to play that chicken first? Immediate response though.
Tamam.
Has come in.
Ah, middeki fight. Vur bunu, nice. Dön aya, dön aya. Oğlum dönemez miyiz lan? Tamam, beklesek de olur, onlar dönüyor. Çok iyi. Tamam onlar dönüyor. Kamoya kill yok. Kamoya kill olmasın. Kamoya kill gelmesin. Keiko Magnum'u nerede vurdun amına koyayım? Ne oluyor?
The quick picks coming up for Liquid give them an advantage once again.
Tamam, bir şey yok.
Has to come through, and they'll use that distraction to wrap around in yellow. Team Liquid taking a lot of space. And they've already dropped the umpy.
Nice Toshi. 1v2. Ya siktir oradan ya.
But Patatek's too aggro, shuts him down and puts the round into Team Liquid's pocket. 5-5. They did a wonderful job to get back into that one.
And Liquid did well to isolate. We'll keep things in a decent spot for now. As said, like an even half really isn't bad for either side. Could be defined by those early pistol rounds.
Döndüler bu arada.
When you look at the fact that this was a 3-0
Sert dönüyorlar.
start for Liquid, BBL have done very well to make this a competitive half. For now though, they are picking up the pace.
Yeah, there'll be nothing to deny this plan.
Levin hadi oğlum bir enter lan.
BBL decide to go aggressive, and the answer is of course yes. Levin deep into the spawn, but Serial cuts them in two. And leaves Levin a little more isolated. On the cross back, he's been spotted already, and there's so many players ready to pounce. The re-wrap from Camo.
Kaçırdı.
He's got himself that snowman position covered.
Yapma be.
In a box will be dealt with by Serial. Now a 2v3.
2v3.
No utility on that spike. The spam needed to break that cove yet again.
Çözmüyor.
If the defuse is underway, having to swing in to check his Magnum, and
Nice lan.
close to the ace. It's damn good and
reclaim the lead, but looking like there is still going to be a purchase.
Oğlum Ejder Vandal.
And even a blade storm in play for Levin.
I'll be a focal point of this round, that's for sure. He's around mid, but he's not alone. He's not even the one spotting that cross. It's Yumpy. He'll be breaking this drone as it rounds the corner. They'll have no idea that that blade storm is there backing him up. Pressure.
Oh, mid fight. Lan.
Straight through. Beautiful play.
Aferin oğlum.
Finds himself one.
Helal lan Len. Bir tane. Oy! İşte bu lan. Koçum benim be. Aferin lan Burak. 3v1 attı amına koyayım midde.
A spawn is now cleared out. Levin's putting the pieces of the puzzle together, realizing the turrets come back on.
Kama geldi.
Have free reign to move towards that window, but look who's
Abi bakmıyor. Timing yediği timing'e bak kanka. Yediği timing'e bak. Dikkat dikkat.
Clearing him took a long time.
Yapma Sushi. Abi zaten 2 kişiler vur.
Already managing to catch out one. That's the lockdown into play. Going to force them into the open. Camo already adding another to the death toll, but the knives don't quite land. The problem is they have to fight forward, otherwise the time is going to tick.
Time yok, time yok.
He's going to land the shots,
time yok.
But I don't think he's
time
got
yok.
it. The clock too far gone.
Time yok da abi yapmayın ya.
From Liquid, but they will end all square.
Allah.
For this 2-0 start for BBL, Liquid on their attack side will look to put a stop to those hopes here and now.
Yeah, we'll see what they have to offer here. Like obviously having that secondary controller means that the Viper wall placeage doesn't actually mean too much. You can have those same walls in play, and already Levin ahead of everything has gone down. Magnum also going to be desperately low. Nat's looking to almost take this one into his own hands, but
Allah'ım pistol ramplar ya. Yok olsun ya.
Putting another on the body pile and leaving just 3 standing for the side of BBL. That pistol stat dropping by the seconds.
Well, let's see. It's still a 3v5. You can't count them out just yet. But maybe you can now. Down to 4v2. Time ticking away.
Perfect.
Oh, it's a quad! An ace! Just around the corner! Maybe you can count them out. One shot, all that's needed, and Patatek will land it. Oh my goodness, Profek. Well, I wouldn't like to be in their team comms after that one, because you know...
To the next. For now, though, we're seeing basically the Harbor util being utilized just to replace some of the Viper stuff. So like you normally have the orb into mid, instead they've used an immediate cascade to sort of deny that extra vision to the defense.
Bonservis al Ferit koşu.
Doesn't really let
Oğlum
them
bizde
know
zaten
where
bonservisi ya.
Liquid are going to be going, but whether they know or not, they've got it spot on.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage on the Nats, but he only needs 1 shot in return. The double barrel used to good effect, and only 1 player left in the way up there. They're right back to the rifles already.
Yeah, they've definitely shown that they can make it work in these rifle rounds. It's not the prettiest of starts. In fact, and Levin trying to capitalize off it. In fact, Yumpy's low as well. They're already on their last legs, and we're only in the first 10 seconds of the round.
Ne olur ki ölsen amına koyayım ya. Abi yarra yedik ya.
It is a blitz
from BBL in stark contrast to what we've seen so far.
already. 11 gone. It's looking like they're going for the same again. Just a straight blitz into this site. The A site is just not being held. Yumpy will try and do it alone as there really isn't any other support left to be had. Magnum now finally makes his presence known, but it's just patient from Liquid. And I don't know if they have seen the leg of Prophet. It was visible around the high tide, but let's be real, it shouldn't matter at all. Kiko with a third. This second half is looking like a completely different story for Liquid. 5 in a row. And then their own map choice. It really doesn't feel like a map choice at all.
At artık Yampi.
It really doesn't. I agree with you entirely. I don't think there's any way to disagree. These last 5 rounds have just been so convincing. Here we go. A different start with the opening pick going to BBL. An immediate return, though, and in goes Reckoning and goes Camo on the fight, but Yumpy has dealt with him. Okay, the attack side's been stopped. They've been slowed at the very least.
So low.
Yumpy desperately low, but the shocks and the snake bites, they don't land near enough to him.
Nice, Toshi. Yumpy bir tane lan.
Yumpy to deal with. If he goes down this round, flips back over in favor of the attackers, and it's Nats to find him even with his low HP. Sociable with it all to do. Did his weapon just stick through? I don't think so. They don't know he's here, but they suspect it. And even when it's close, even when BBL stopped the first push, there's a...
I don't think anybody will be too surprised by that fact, but again, just showing that how close these teams can be. Neither side seemingly going to convert their first map choice, and Ascent coming up next. We'll see. Prophet is going to try and be a hero, but oh, that's bleak. He had a Viper's Pit in play, tried to be the hero, and instead has been dropped. And with the lockdown in play, nobody can even really react to this. It will be the site taken by Liquid with a man advantage. And while Viper's Pit of their own, and it's not getting any better.
No, it is not. The uphill battles just become a vertical climb, as now the 5 versus 3 against the pit, against the clock, and against Camo first. He will not find it. Updraft distracts him. They're able to convert, but the round will be a different story. The step out by Patatek, the confidence running sky high.